Today, cryptocurrencies slide after President Trump unveils sweeping tariffs. The House's U.S. stablecoin legislation advances past committee. And Stu Alderoty, chief legal officer at Ripple and president of the National Cryptocurrency Association, breaks down a new study on U.S. crypto adoption. Welcome to CNBC's Crypto World. I'm Lindsay Jacobson. Crypto prices sinking this morning after President Trump unveiled sweeping tariffs of at least 10% and even higher for some countries. That raises the risks of a global trade war that is hitting the already faltering U.S. economy and sparked a sell-off across stocks and crypto. As of noon Eastern, Bitcoin dropped more than 5.5% to the $82,000 level after falling to the $81,000 level earlier. Ether dropped more than 6% to under $1,800, and XRP fell nearly 8%. Taking a look at crypto stocks, all are in the red by more than 7% as of around noon after Trump's latest round of sweeping tariffs rattled investor confidence. Okay, let's talk about the top stories. U.S. stablecoin legislation took another big step as the House advanced the Stable Act. The bill was approved by the House Financial Services Committee last night on a 32-17 vote, with some Democrats joining Republicans in sending the measure to the House floor for consideration in the months ahead. While the bill got bipartisan support, several Democrats, including Congressman Sam Liccardo, who co-sponsored the Stable Act, raised concerns during the hearing about President Trump's move into the stablecoin business. Liccardo introduced an amendment prohibiting federal officials, including the president, from sponsoring, issuing, promoting, or licensing stablecoins. Yesterday's development in the House follows a Senate committee's advancing of its own stablecoin legislation, the Genius Act, last month. Next, Senator Elizabeth Warren is once again sounding the alarm over President Trump's crypto ties, this time joining Representative Maxine Waters in asking the SEC to preserve records related to the president's crypto venture, World Liberty Financial. Yesterday, Warren, the top Democrat on the Senate Banking Committee, and Waters, the top Democrat on the House Financial Services Committee, sent a letter to the agency's acting chair. They demanded transparency on potential conflicts of interest and whether Trump's financial ties have influenced SEC decision-making. In this letter, the lawmakers call on the SEC to preserve and provide records related to World Liberty Financial's operations, along with all communications between the agency and members of the Trump family. The lawmakers point to the SEC's abrupt decision to pause its case against Tron founder Justin Sun, who is a big investor in World Liberty Financial. The agency charged the Chinese crypto entrepreneur with fraud back in 2023. We reached out to the SEC, and a spokesperson said the acting chair will respond to members of Congress directly. Now, this is the latest letter from Warren raising concerns over Trump's ties to crypto. Just last week, she and 4 other Democratic senators sent this letter to financial regulators warning of a potential, quote, extraordinary conflict of interest related to World Liberty Financial's stablecoin. The White House has maintained that President Trump's assets are in a trust managed by his children and that there are no conflicts of interest. And going back to Justin Sun for our last headline, dollar-backed stablecoin First Digital USD has just about recovered after yesterday's depeg. That happened after Sun alleged the issuer, First Digital Trust, is effectively insolvent. First Digital denies Sun's allegations, saying every dollar backing its FDUSD is secure, and called the claim a smear campaign to try to attack a competitor. First Digital also said Sun's dispute is instead with stablecoin True USD, which Sun reportedly bailed out after it lost nearly $500 million when its stablecoin reserves were under First Digital's assets. Despite First Digital's denial of the allegations, Sun today met with a member of Hong Kong's Legislative Council to report what he called the embezzlement case. All right, let's turn our attention back to the US for our main story. The National Cryptocurrency Association is out with a new study on US crypto sentiment, finding that nearly a fifth of all Americans use digital assets. Crypto World's Mackenzie Sigalos spoke with Ripple's Chief Legal Officer Stu Alderoty about the study. He is also the president of the association aimed at educating people on how to engage with crypto.
So Ripple recently backed the launch of the National Cryptocurrency Association, or NCA, with a $50 million grant, which is a pretty significant move. Can you walk us through the thinking behind that decision, and also why now, and why a focus on a nonprofit dedicated to crypto education?
Sure. So this idea came about 6 months ago when under the prior administration in the U.S., crypto and crypto holders were really being villainized and attacked. And we felt that it would be important to demystify crypto, make it more accessible, and really amplify the voice of the everyday Americans who own and use crypto. Who were they? Ripple decided to, through a 2-year grant, to support the launch of the National Cryptocurrency Association, which is an independent organization, not for profit, apolitical, not beholden to any one project, company, or protocol. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, what is good for crypto is good for Ripple, and what's good for crypto is good for all American-based crypto holders.
And the NCA is really positioning itself as a kind of national hub for crypto literacy and consumer awareness. What exactly is the NCA offering, and how do you envision it moving the needle in terms of mainstream adoption?
So really 3 things that the National Cryptocurrency Association wants to accomplish. 1, we want to serve as the voice of the everyday Americans who own and use crypto. Who are they? What do they care about? So we'll be learning just as much from them as they'll be learning from us. That's the first goal. The second goal is help those who are curious about crypto. Where can they come to better understand this new technology? A lot of what out there is quite frankly, either super technical or not really understandable for the everyday Americans. We want to be the one-stop shop for that educational material. And then thirdly, hopefully, we can become the bridge between those who are owning and using crypto and products and services where they can actually deploy their crypto in real-world use cases.
Now, the NCA's initial survey sheds light on how Americans are thinking about crypto today. Why was it important to conduct this kind of research? And did anything surprise you in the findings?
A lot surprised me in the findings. So the NCA partnered with the Harris Poll to conduct the largest ever study of crypto holders in America. And what we heard is that crypto is going mainstream. 1 in 5 Americans, 55 million American U.S. adults own or use crypto. And crypto doesn't have a type. Holders come from all walks of life, ages, genders, income levels, professions. More people over the age of 55 own crypto than people under the age of 25. Crypto isn't just for the bros, the crypto bros. Nearly a third of crypto holders are women. And this is interesting, at least I found that it was interesting. Nearly as many crypto holders work in construction as do in the technology sector. And when it comes to income, crypto isn't just for the rich. Many crypto holders are not in high income brackets. 26% of crypto owning households earn less than $75,000 a year. That's just 4 very quick metrics or data points. And when you dig into the report, there is more to learn, all of which I think is, some is surprising, some is not surprising, some is really just confirming what we thought. But now we have a definitive survey, the largest ever of its kind in the U.S., that folks can now point to and rely on.
And what about use cases? Is it more speculative trading bets or remitting cash overseas?
Well, super important question. 50% or slightly more, 51% of those who own and use crypto were attracted first by the investment use case. But what we found is that 39% actually shop and pay with crypto for goods and services. And a staggering 96% have used crypto at least once in the past year to buy a good or service. So again, I think the investment use case, yes, 50% are attracted to it for that investment use case, but nearly all of them have used it to buy a good and service, and about 10% are doing that on a daily basis.
Now, even after a decade plus of crypto being mainstream adjacent, it still feels like a lot of people are either confused or skeptical. What do you think are the biggest remaining blockers to entry, and how can the NCA help break them down?
Sure. Well, 76% of the respondents in the survey said that crypto has had a positive impact on their life. But there are still some barriers to entry. And we asked in their survey, what do you think the barriers to entries are? Difficulty understanding the new technology. More than a third said they just don't understand what this is. And again, the NCA, we hope to serve as the platform, that educational resource to educate everyday Americans who are crypto curious. There are there's a negative perception around fraud and scams, and we will address that. About a third are concerned with that, but only, and I put only in quotation marks but for those who are actually impacted, it's very serious. Only 6% of those who own crypto have actually been subject to a scam or a fraud. It'd be interesting to see, and I don't have the statistic off the top of my head, what that translates into for traditional financial services. But again, having now learned that, the NCA will be smarter and say, okay, Americans who own or use crypto, we need to teach them a little bit more how to be smarter in terms of using the platform and guard against frauds and scams. And then lastly, regulatory challenges, the regulatory uncertainty. About a third of the respondents said, there's just a lot of regulatory uncertainty out there when it comes to this space. And although the NCA is apolitical, we're not going to be lobbying. We are emboldened by the momentum that is now built up in Congress and with this administration to finally get some good, sensible market structure regulation out there. And I think with smart regulation will come trust, and with trust will become we'll see more adoption.
Okay, that's all for Crypto World today. We'll be back again tomorrow, and we'll see you then.